Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We have just gotten news of the entire Marvel Phase 4 sequential movie release just being announced on the screen grab that I've gotten right here. This is very accurate from the information that I'm getting. It's gotten an actual screen grab from the Marvel official studio executives. It's got the dates that seem to line up with all the information that we have had so far, as well as the sequence of the movies is very much in line with the rumors that have been coming out with the sequence of the upcoming Marvel Phase 4 movies so far. So let's dive into this and see what's coming up. The first one that's going to come out is May 1st, 2020. That's going to be Black Widow. This is something that we knew about all along. This is something that multiple outlets were reporting was going to be the first movie coming out within this Marvel Phase 4 universe. And this is presumably, well, not presumably, this is definitely going to be a prequel movie. It's going to touch into Black Widow's days growing up as an assassin, the academy that she goes through. Is going to touch on her life that she talked about before, the harsh environment as an orphan, the forced infertility, and I'm pretty sure it's going to include Clint's, aka Hawkeye, scene with her as well, and bringing us back to Budapest to see what that entire story arc was on about. A final way of saying goodbye to this character, presumably the first and one of the most important female characters within this universe. The second movie that's going to come out is November 6th, 2020, and that's going to be Doctor Strange 2. Now, this movie is going to pit Doctor Strange most likely against Baron Mordo. Baron Mordo was Doctor Strange's ally and friend that we saw in the first movie, who kind of turned away and went to the dark side when he felt that Doctor Strange had exceeded his limits, exceeded the boundaries set upon them as magical workers, and vowed that he would come back and take revenge. And I think that story arc is definitely going to continue with a more powerful Baron Mordo coming back this time to take on Doctor Strange. The third movie that's slated for release is February 12th, 2021, The Eternals. This is going to be a very interesting movie and possibly the next super franchise within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Eternals is going to talk about a race of superpowered beings, one of the original beings, one of the first beings, who possess a variety of different powers, their politics, and the fights amongst them. Their history is really too large to detail within this short video, but I will say that in terms of the current universe, one of the big links that we have is Thanos is actually considered a subspecies of the Eternals. He's part of a race called the Deviants, which were a opposite race of the Eternals, with similar power sets, with similar power levels, similar superhuman strengths, superhuman agility, superhuman stamina, and that ability to withstand a lot of things that a normal person could not, that Thanos displayed. A lot of those abilities you're going to see in the Eternals as well. And one of the roles that we know has been confirmed so far is Angelina Jolie's role as Cersei, a Eternal, super powerful Eternal who can manipulate molecules and atoms, who eventually becomes an Avenger. And also, very interestingly, in one comic book, de-ages Captain America for him to go in his prime again, which is something that may potentially be seen in the upcoming universe if Chris Evans wanted to resume his role within the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Captain America again, briefly as a cameo or whatever that may be for. Then we're going to see Black Panther 2 come out. There's been a number of conflicting reports with regards to the return of Michael B. Jordan's character, but all the hints in the in the Avengers Endgame movie were towards Namor the Submariner, as within the Avengers conference when Black Widow is talking on the screens to the different Avengers, it's brought up that there have been earthquake or telectic movement under the sea close to Wakanda, and all those signs point towards Namor the Submariner, one of the most powerful villains within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Is essentially equatable in power set to Aquaman, but certainly more powerful, much, a devious villain who has single-handedly defeated the likes of Thor, Iron Man, and even stood up to and taken full blast from Captain Marvel and survived and moved on from that. Then we have November 5, 2021, Shang-Chi coming out. Shang-Chi basically is a hard character for them to incorporate within the Marvel Cinematic Universe unless they use his later reiteration of the character. So in his prime iteration, in his most well-known iteration, he's essentially just a very good martial artist. But in his later iterations, he has the ability to create multiple duplicate copies of himself, essentially creating an army of superhuman, super skilled Bruce Lees that could march into battle, which would be a very cool sight to see upon the big screen. Then we have Guardians 3 and Captain Marvel 2. I'm going to group these two together because I think those two are going to be part of a short mini arc themselves that is going to look at the role of these cosmic Avengers, the Asgardians of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel, as they go up against Adam Warlock, which was hinted towards at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 with his birth. I think it's going to be these cosmic Avengers going up against a super powerful, super storyline against Adam Warlock. Let me know what you guys think about this video and click like and subscribe.